Hi, welcome to PDQ Live, and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
In case you didn't know, I'm Hermione.
I was going to say, I thought you guys were going to dress up.
Yeah, we almost did. And I'm Mad-Eye Moody.
Obviously, yeah. I'm Hermione because that's my personality. You're Mad-Eye because your wife's a genius.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Way to go, Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Way to go.
Yeah. Did you like the quick costume change where I put the eye back on?
It was amazing.
The intro?
It was amazing.
It's going to come off again, though, because I have zero depth perception.
Maybe you can just leave it on your head. Ooh. No, okay, off. But it was amazing. It was amazing
thanks.
while you had it. Yeah,
Thanks.
I liked it.
Yeah.
All right. It's our Halloween show. We're going to give away a bunch of prizes. 6, apparently, according to our evil overlords, a.k.a. Kelly and Drew.
Yep.
They like it when I call them that. They told me that. All right, but tech stuff. We got tech stuff to cover today.
We do. And real quick,
Yes.
I got a couple of things to hit.
Okay.
We're going to be at some conferences, and we invite you to come say hi. We'll be at TCEA. It's in Georgetown, Texas on November 7th and 8th. Swing on by. We have a Connect demo. Our president of the company, Jaron, is going to be at Spice World in Austin on November 13th and 14th, and he wants to meet with customers. So come on over and say hi. And finally, I will put in the chat right this very moment a one-question survey. It's regarding Connect and some potential enhancements and things for Connect. One question only. So there you go.
Love it.
You mean they can actually say what they want in Connect?
No.
What's happening in Connect? Okay, sorry. I didn't know what it was. I can't click on
It's
it.
one question.
It's one question.
That's all you need to
was,
know.
would you
All
fill
right.
out a one-question survey about Connect? That was the question.
That's the question.
That was your question.
That's it. Yeah.
Ah,
All right.
gotcha.
All
Okay.
right. So we're going to talk about Detect.
Yes.
We're going to tell some spooky stories.
Yes.
We're going to talk about WSUS.
What's up?
And then we're going to give away prizes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm caught up now.
We're going to do some Halloween stuff.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well, should we start with our spooky AD auditing?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, here's what I found out. Because I need stuff to be easy. You know how I am. All right, let's go to Detect. You ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
So we've talked about Detect a lot in the past. And we've talked about how you can install it using Connect, right? That's how we've traditionally done it.
You can
So
with deploy or connect or
or
something
third
else.
party, but why would you do it? You would use our product because our products are the best. So you would come here to agent-based Surface, and then you'd come and get your installer, right?
Yeah.
We've done this.
Sure.
But so what I learned from Bogdan, because he's phenomenal, is you can come down here and download this executable,
Okay.
and you can do it on your domain controller or a computer in that domain that has RSAT installed, and install it on every computer in that domain in mass.
Oh, so it's like its own built-in distribution.
Yeah. So if you already
That's pretty
know
neat.
that you want to have it on every computer in your environment, you can just do it that way.
You can just grab the executable and then you kind of feed it the OU path.
Yep.
or
Yeah,
something.
you can do it in a specific OU or every computer in your domain.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is pretty neat. So if you do it that way, and we
Oh, yeah,
did a
here's what it looks
video.
like.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did a video that you can go back and watch on YouTube. We made it yesterday, but this is basically what it looks like. So, and it's gone now, but it looks like that. So you can specify the
Yeah,
OU
you're like,
if you want.
This local machine or this machine or
Yep.
this machine with this OU path, go do it. Go
Yep.
forth and
Yeah,
conquer.
you need to be a domain admin. That's kind of the
Well,
gist
you're on
of
a
it.
DC, so
You're
yeah.
on a DC, yeah, exactly. But then if you do it that way, here's what you get, and I love this because you know how I am. I like information.
Mhm.
So you will need to provide this information,
Well, sure.
the URL and then
Yeah.
the token. So
Yeah.
the video is going to walk you through it. If you need help, go back and watch it. So then if you come back here and go to report, so let's pretend you're going to get audited, and the auditor wants some information about users. I'm going to come here, I'm going to go reports, I'm going to jump over here to configuration, and look what I now have.
Nifty.
I have user object information in addition to my device object information. So say I want to know the last time that Andrew Pla logged in. Well, now it's all populated. So it can tell me the OU if I hover.
Yeah.
What OU is Andrew in?
Well,
Just
I,
kinda gives
I
you a
have a
snapshot.
I have a better question.
Okay.
Andrew, what would you say you do around here if your last login was 8 months ago?
Look pretty.
All right,
That's a
fair.
special domain, all right? We got a lot
but
of
that's
domains.
my job. That's my job.
That's his job, Andrew. But no, look right here. If I
Yeah.
have it right here, it can tell me some information about encryption.
Okay.
It'll tell me if he has an expiring password.
Yep.
It'll tell me if I have biometrics set up, maybe I have YubiKey.
Yeah.
stuff
Or
like
blank
that.
password for some reason.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then this actually can tell me, do I need to clean some stuff up before the auditor gets here?
Yeah.
So if maybe I have some weird stuff that I don't know what it is. Ooh, Brig, he's in trouble. He hasn't changed his password for 8 years.
So?
Well, I mean, yeah, you don't care about this stuff, but I would.
No, and neither does NIST.
Okay,
Nor
tell
like
me.
any password study in the last decade.
Tell me about it.
No, it's just I think it's there's a couple different schools of thought. The
Mhm.
one that I subscribe to is that a passphrase, a complex password,
Mhm.
is better than that of a rotating password
So 15 characters or more is where you're going.
or
with this?
passphrase. Like just like
Passphrase.
make it a sentence.
All right.
Because it's human nature. If I'm forcing you to change your password every 2, 3, 4 months, whatever it is, what's going to end up happening is you will likely do something with a keyboard pattern or something else that's like a weaker password.
Yeah, you're going to forget it.
That's probably actually Brick's password right there in the chat.
I know it probably is. That's what everyone says. My policy is A+.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it gives you a nice little snapshot of, your user passwords. It tells you their administrative level.
Okay.
And then in addition, down here, now I'm going to see computers as well.
Okay.
A snapshot of my computers. So I've got some encryption information down here. Lots of juicy details. So I actually love this.
Yeah, you can see like what encryption types are available for Kerberos. This is actually one thing that I think is helpful here is the computer logon timestamp.
Yeah.
Maybe you're getting machines that are going to lose a trust relationship because it's been so long,
Yep.
or stuff you maybe just want to get out of Active Directory. You can go get that information here.
Yep, this is exportable. In addition to your computers dumping in here, of course, they will dump here as well. So you get them both places. So
Nice.
I actually really love this.
I think it's really good. There's a question from Just Rob about Detect and Networks Auditor. I've used Networks Auditor, and it's a fantastic product. I think Networks Auditor, for the type of information about file changes or username password changes or computer login, like those Active Directory events, significantly better. That's a product that is built for that type of thing. Whereas Detect, it's vulnerability management. And then there's this little Active Directory sprinkled in on top to just give you a little bit more data and a little bit more context to enrich that vulnerability data in your environment.
Okay. So the other question looks like Detect, this one that we're showing right now is pulling from Active Directory.
It's AD.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is AD. that
No
we're talking
no
about
Entra
right
ID here.
now. No. Mm-mm.
It's local Active Directory.
Yep.
Sweet.
Okay.
That's a cool little tour of AD auditing and Detect.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I love
Sarah.
it. I love it. All right, we are going to tell some IT horror stories.
Ooh. I guess it is Halloween.
It is Halloween.
All right. Okay.
Everybody has them.
Who's starting?
I
I like the lights, guys.
do too. Look at you.
Okay. I will tell you my IT horror story. Yeah, I was very young in my career. I had just moved from like a help desk role to a first sysadmin role. So naturally, I was doing the thing that every sysadmin does when they first start. Oh, I like this. The fog. Is I was like, do you know what I need? I need monitoring. I really need monitoring, and I chose Nagios. So here I'm like, I do Nagios. I get everything set up, and I realized that there is a UPS. I was working in a mortgage company, small server rack, 2 hosts, a Dell EqualLogic running Exchange, and Nelly May and Compass on-prem with DCs and file server supporting stuff as well. So I started to get all of the SNMP traps and all the monitoring set up for Nagios. And then I realized, oh, I don't have any data for the UPS. And the UPS had a serial connector for data transfer, not RJ45. I did not know until after this that the serial cable that comes with those old UPSs from APC is very, very specific. And not all DB9 connectors are created equal. I went and found just a regular serial cable, and I had it rolled over to USB. I was going to plug it in and query it that way. I plugged it in, and it turns the ups off instantly. So this entire mortgage company, Exchange down, their loan origination software down, DC's everything, and it's just off cold because I plugged in a serial cable.
Awesome.
Yeah. I learned very, very early on that UPSs are finicky monsters, and I don't like them.
You don't like them.
I don't like them.
I like that story. That's a
Yeah.
good story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's still the case with APC too.
Oh, good. Yeah, other people share your
Yeah,
pain.
everything now is just gets RJ45.
I like that. That's a good story.
Yeah.
I've told so many of my horror stories already, all the mistakes I've made. So I'm going to tell someone screaming in my face story. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was a long time ago. We were moving from on-prem to 365. And we supported another part of the company that... Ooh, I love the smoke.
I know,
It's
it's
freaking me out. We supported another company that was on Google, but we used to make... this was so long ago. Remember when you used to make placeholders or what were they called? Contacts in 365, and they could forward the mail?
Oh, like the
Google.
external
Yeah.
like contact type
Yeah,
thing.
but when you moved to 365, you had to make remote mailboxes. And
Yep.
so
Okay.
they wanted us to continue doing that rather than them just logging into the mailbox and then
Sure.
setting up their own mail forwarding. So we're in this big meeting, and it was the head guy for this thing, and there was like 100 people.
Mhm.
So he wanted me to make remote mailboxes and set up the mail forwarding for them. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. That's so stupid. If you're insisting on staying on Google, you go ahead and
You do-
log in.
you do your thing.
You do it.
Sure.
But I wasn't mean about it. I just said, no, I'm not doing that. I absolutely refuse. If you're going to still continue to be on Google, even though everyone else in this company is moving to 365, you can go set in your own forwarding if you like. Go ahead.
Sounds like Kelly.
Sounds like Kelly. So we were in this huge boardroom. He got so angry, he stood up and yelled at me and said, "Of course you don't think it's a whole lot of work, Tara." And he slammed his hands down right in front of me, right on the table, screamed in my face, and just was red in the face. And, and I just sat there.
Wow.
And it felt so good.
And I said, I'm not doing it.
I've never
absolutely not
experienced
doing
that in an office setting. I've never experienced somone getting so upset that they like are physically hitting things or screaming.
He got so angry, and I didn't even stand up. He
Wild.
finally just, and my boss later told me, he said, "I thought you were going to stand up and punch him." I'm like, nah. So I didn't even do anything. I didn't talk to HR because I'm like, why am I going to talk to HR? What are they
Sure.
going to do? Someone else in the room went and talked to HR later, and they came and talked to me and said, "Why didn't you say something?" I'm like, what are you going to do?
They're rude.
Well, they were not a good HR department.
All right,
Let me
that's
just
fair.
say that. Okay, that's my story.
Wow. I've never been yelled at. That sucks.
That's
I'm
because
sorry.
you're sweet. You're so sweet.
Oh, well, thanks. Oh, we're going to Andrew, it looks like.
Yes.
Let's hear
A
it.
spooky, spooky PowerShelly Halloween IT story awaits you. So, back in the day, you know your boy likes writing PowerShell. Well, we had this thing that would happen a lot, and that is phishing emails. Yes. So, what happened was I ended up writing some commands that would, someone reports an email to us, we get the subject line, we search for it in all the other mailboxes and clean it up for them. And this was a process we ended up doing a whole bunch because we were targeted for a while. So we had a bunch of stuff kind of coming in. And I wrote some tools, and I gave a brief overview of them to my coworkers, but I didn't fully pass it on to them. And one day I take lunch, and while I'm at lunch, the CFO reports an email, and she like basically runs the company. She's like the top dog. So kind of an important thing to not mess up. Well, a coworker who I haven't trained that much took it as an opportunity to run some code that they didn't fully understand, and they ran it with an asterisk, which, yeah, bad time.
I love
She
that.
loses every single email in her inbox, all that. So she thinks she's got like hacked or something. And then now this guy has all those emails. So we ended up having to send him home, and I had to kind of clean up that mess, which was pretty stressful. But the big takeaway there is if you're going to write PowerShell, you got to be careful when you share it with others and make sure you have some kind of handrails so that type of situation doesn't happen.
Just throw what ifs on the end of any like set, right?
Yep.
And before you give it to people, cracks me up. Like how many people actually just like run stuff?
I'm way too much of a
Oh.
chicken.
All of them.
No, chicken.
Yeah.
You know I'm a chicken.
It's terrifying.
Mm-mm.
All right, Brock, what do you got? Scare me.
Oh, well, this one, I don't know, maybe some people will relate. This was very scary to me at the time. So when I started my IT career, I was working for a bank. I started there as a teller, moved into new accounts, hung out with the IT people, and then got a job in the IT department. So I had been there in the IT department for about 6 months. And then we hired this real piece of work CIO. So he comes in, and then after about 6 more months, so I've been in IT now for about a year, he's been having issues with his computers. We kind of troubleshoot the issues and stuff, but he keeps complaining about them. So we're like, all right, let's just reimage it and get it taken care of. So they give it to me to reimage, and I back up his data, reimage the computer. I think we were using Ghost back in the day. And I get everything back up. I go to restore his data, and I do not have his data. So I'm, you can imagine me. So this is my boss's boss and our new CIO, and his data is just gone. So I go and talk to my boss, and then my boss sends me to go talk to our CIO, and I talk to our CIO. And like I said, this guy was a piece of work.
Oh, so your boss is just like, yep, you just go stand in front of that bus. Just go take it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I talked to him. I try to explain. Honestly, at this point, it was so long ago that I don't remember how the data didn't get backed up. Like I was like 100% certain that it did. Anyways, so the worst part about this whole thing is he turns it into like an investigation type of thing where he like wants to like interview you and figure out like step by step what happened. This guy has no idea, like knows nothing about tech to begin with, I don't know how he got the position, but he goes through, it was just this grueling process of like, almost like a detective, like going in and like trying to figure out what happened, trying to like, I don't know, force me out of the company. Anyways, not long after that, he gets released. And then not long after that, we find out this guy had like bought his like bachelor's and master's degree online. Completely
That's fantastic.
fake, falsified. Yeah, I felt so vindicated, so justified. So it was definitely a spooky story for me, but oh man, so good in the end.
Yeah, those can be career limiting events.
That actually hurts. That hurts me.
When there's those people, yeah, that's terrifying.
Let me just say, who doesn't save everything in the cloud? Kelly's gonna yell. I can't.
I just got the head shake. You just saw it from the control room.
You could take my laptop right now, and I wouldn't care.
You got to remember, this was like 2008, maybe 2009.
Okay, I would care then.
Yeah,
I would care then.
Cloud saving wasn't as big. We had
good point.
On-site storage, but
okay, good. Yeah, I would care then.
I do. And I also love the shots still happening at CrowdStrike. They're never gonna get.
They're never gonna get
live
over
it
it. You're
down.
right. That's true. Okay, those are good stories. Yeah, I hate those kind of mistakes that like it really.
They're bad.
I'm super careful. Okay, we got to move on though because we need to have our argument. Are you ready?
What do you mean our argument?
Well, you know exactly what I mean.
All right, we're talking about WSUS. All right, that seems to be the hot topic as of late, right? The WSUS is deprecated, but it is the softest deprecation that's ever existed.
You say that. Okay, full disclosure, Josh is spicy about this. Don't say you're not. He's going to say he isn't, but we have had so many arguments about this week. We have.
Yeah. And it's not spicy about the subject, it's spicy about the verbiage. Like, just choose your words carefully.
No, I'm not going to. We're going to fight.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. Let's fight it out.
All right. Set it up here, like for the audience. What are we talking about? WSUS is deprecated. That's what Microsoft says. And when they say this, hey, we're not going to put out updates for WSUS itself.
Or they're not going to put up updates. They're not going to support it. They're not going to take any more feature requests. Like they are actively pushing people to other.
But also the updates. But also the updates will still flow in and you can still use it.
Yeah, you can still use it for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And when was the last time they added an update to WSUS? Other than a security update or a feature? Probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So like it's just going to continue to act like it is.
Everyone's like, they were taking feature requests?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, so nothing's really changed. That's why I'm calling it the softest deprecation
They were just
ever.
actively ignoring them.
Yeah, it was like you just threw it into the like black hole.
Yeah, so I'm actually really interested. I'm seeing some chatter, but who is using it currently?
Yeah.
So I am me, I am Hermione. So I learned all about it this week. And this is funny. Josh and I are switching roles this week because I haven't used it in my professional career, but oh my gosh, it is so right up my alley. It looks like something I would freaking love. The level of control, the level of granularity. Yes, yes, me. It looks like something I would absolutely enjoy.
Yeah.
It also looks like a lot of work to set up.
It is.
It really does.
It's a large maintenance task. But if you need it, you need it.
Yeah.
And there are very probably specific circumstances in which you need WSUS.
Yeah. So if you're a large organization, if you're on-prem, if you enjoy making groups, if you need to make those groups, if you need to be very specific in your computer grouping. And the thing that kind of annoyed me, and I want to hear people's thoughts, you can't use the security groups that you already have set up from Active Directory. That's kind of annoying that you have to go in the console and make your own groups.
Yep.
And are we playing Lord of the Rings? Because the naming kind of made me laugh, by the way. That was funny.
Yep.
Why do I have to make my own groups?
Yep.
I wanted to know the answer to that.
Well, okay.
I'm redoing work.
WSUS sits between Windows Update and your devices, right? And it's the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
So if you need a gatekeeper, if you need to say, I want this update, but not this one, and approve it to this machine, but not that one.
Well, and I think it's meant to be a time saver. So let's start at the beginning. In case they haven't used it. Okay. Because we promise to have an honest conversation.
Yep.
We're not going to lie to anybody. So in your environment, you are going to pick a server. So let's say I want my print server to be my WSUS server. I'm not going to say anything else. WSUS.
That's fine.
Okay. My print server is now my WSUS server. I go into Server Manager and I assign the role of WSUS server. Okay. Now it's my upstream server. I'm doing quote marks. I don't know why I'm doing quote marks.
I don't know either because that's what it is.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm telling, I'm going to make a group policy. I'm going to tell every computer in my environment, or the computers that I choose.
Yep.
I'm going to make a group policy. I'm going to say, this is a behavior I want you guys to do.
Yep.
Whether I want to delay the updates.
You will look at this upstream server. You will not look at.
That's right. Well, I'm going to do a couple. I'm going to say, I want you guys to wait a week because you're my production computers and this is the behavior you're going to have as far as updates are.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to say, hey, you guys, go to the print server, your WSUS server, and get your updates from here.
Yep.
So I have to take a couple steps. It's not super simple. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. That's the premise, right?
Yes.
And then I'm going to go to the synchronicity step where I'm going to pull all the updates from Microsoft to my WSUS server.
Yeah. Also, heaven help you if you select drivers.
That's right. Okay, so I need a lot of space, right? I need 500 gigs probably. That's probably typical. So
sure, at least.
At least. Okay. That's the back work I have to do.
Yep.
Okay. Did I cover it?
You got it.
Okay.
And now your machines are looking for WSUS, and you get it going, and you say, hey, this update's allowed. This one's not allowed.
That's right.
And one of the use cases is, hey, if you know an update is breaking things in your environment, because you control the upstream server, you can disallow it.
You can exclude it. There's a lot of exclusionary criteria that you can do, and you can do it for specific computer groups.
Yes. And that's where the power of WSUS kind of is.
Yes.
Right? It's not necessarily the getting machines updated.
Yes.
It's the level of control. That's what that product does.
Yes. The control.
Right? So trying to replace that control is really hard.
Yeah.
Now let's say that you don't need that level of control.
Yeah.
You actually don't care.
Yeah.
Like in my environment, I actually don't care that much. What I'd rather have is I'd rather just have a pilot group of machines and a delayed group or everybody else group of machines, and I want them to be updated.
Yeah.
And I don't really care if KB 1234 is installed. I just want them to be up to date.
Yeah. So, okay.
That's where I can go in and I can say, I can replace this functionality with something like a connect.
So we put together a little compare and contrast WSUS and connect. You ready?
Yep.
I'm going to read it to you.
Oh, you actually have it printed.
I printed it. Yeah.
Okay,
ready?
Right,
and Josh is we're going to fight about it. Okay, so marketing kind of asked us, compare the two, and we said, okay, we're going to do it, but we're going to be totally honest. We're not going to make anything up. So WSUS is free, kind of. There's no licensing, but it's...
no specific licensing, but there's Windows licensing in CALs. So it's there.
And actually, I have a paper with all the licensing, but we're not going to really get that deep. But you heard there's a lot of setup. So there's labor costs involved for on-prem, complex setup and maintenance. The flexibility, the granularity doesn't work. Well, it does, but hybrid. We're talking mostly for on-prem, right?
It works. Like you
Okay.
got to be able to communicate with that machine
Yeah.
on LAN.
Centralized management. Okay. PDQ Connect, cloud-based.
Yep.
Subscription fee. There's a cost. We're not
Sure.
going to lie. There's
Yeah.
a cost, right? Faster deployment.
Yep.
Especially for larger environments. And then, so choosing the right solution. Smaller organizations. PDQ Connect might be a good option because it's super easy.
Well, I think the biggest choice here is you don't need the granularity.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
arguably, if you take signals from Microsoft, if you look at Windows Update for Business, if you look for Auto Patch, that level of granularity is just going away.
Yeah.
Like the way that Microsoft is starting to deliver the operating system is much more in line with any Linux distro or Mac OS. Like
Yeah,
I know that
for
might
sure.
be controversial, but that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't need that same level of granularity that you used to need.
Yes. So, okay, if we're
And
going to
like
use
trying to do that, you're actually swimming against the stream, and your life's probably going to get harder.
if we're going to use Connect, it seems like we both kind of agree you need to use the PS Windows update to mimic the behavior as much as you can. We're not doing apples to apples, but we're going to try to mimic it, right?
What
So
we're
how do
going
we
to
do
mimic
that?
here and show you, like, if your goal is updated machines and you want an update ring like behavior, here's what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
You're going to go into Connect and you're going to create a static group.
Yep. Okay, static group, not dynamic.
You can do a dynamic group if you want.
Okay.
I did a static group and I picked a couple machines.
Yep.
All right. Let's see if I can drive this thing, right?
Let's look at our automations.
All right. And I picked a static group, right? And I called it our super secret testers.
Super secret testers.
Right.
I
And
like
it's a
the
static
spelling.
group and it's like 2 machines.
Mhm.
So I went in there and that's my group. And what's going to happen now is I'm going to run the PS Windows Update package. I'm going to come back one. I'm going to show that there's a bunch of different ones you can do.
Yep, there's 6 actually.
Right.
6
There's
packages.
like all of the updates, there's critical and security, there's drivers, and then there's feature upgrades.
Yep.
So you don't need to do them all.
Yep.
But pick the ones in the order that you want, right? So maybe you do test drivers daily. Maybe you test drivers weekly for pilot group. Go and mess with the settings and schedule you want. And then you just run them offset, right? So you can see that I've got, super secret computers daily and then bi-weekly for all computers after that. Right. So then I have a time to check stuff. If something happens to my daily machines and I'm like, oh, that seems funny, I can come in here and then I can toggle off the ones for all computers because I know that something's going to break.
Right, don't test in production.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Right. But then I can just generally leave these things on and know that bi-weekly my machines are going to get updates. And the only action, fix action I have to take is if something breaks and I
Right.
know it's related to a Windows update.
Right.
So that's how you can get similar functionality if your goal is just patch my machines.
Right. And you maybe don't need that level of security
Yeah.
that you can get with WSUS.
Exactly.
Okay. That makes sense.
So I guess that's our conversation right around WSUS. Can you directly replace it? No, but if you're looking for keeping machines up to date, then yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Can you
a
get
little
close?
more nuanced than
Yeah.
just a yes, no.
Okay. I love it. All right.
Curious if that resonates though with the chat.
Yeah.
Like,
What you guys kind of went quiet. So tell us your thoughts
all right.
because we want to be honest and have an honest conversation.
Yeah. But maybe while the chat's going, should we kick off into our
Fun
giveaway?
stuff.
Yeah.
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 Let's see it.
Remind them what our giveaway is.
Oh yeah, we're giving away a keyboard.
Mhm.
Oh, this is for the Halloween picks in Discord. Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
This is for the Halloween picks. If you haven't submitted them, you're too late. We're giving away a keyboard. We're giving away socks,
T-shirt,
t-shirt,
and a multi-tool.
and a multi-tool.
That's 6 things.
Look at that.
For 6
That's
people.
6 things.
You
Like,
get
6 people.
I mean,
Does,
for
does
6
each,
people.
does each person get one sock, and they can
No.
only ever have a
No,
pair if they were
actually-
together?
We're gonna have we'll give them a full pair.
Love it.
How about that?
All right, let's see. What do we
All
have?
right, so here's the first set of PDQ decor.
Okay.
Oh, that's my front yard actually.
Look at Kelly's
Yeah.
front yard.
Look at that, Kelly. That looks nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was before it got really cold here.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah, we can move. Oh, nice.
Oh, that is great face makeup. Or face paint, whatever you want to call it. It's actually nice.
That's my child.
Jake, that's cool.
That is cool.
That is very impressive.
Did you do it with a knife or a Dremel? What was the weapon of choice? Oh, Jake's not here.
We'll ask him. We'll ask him. All right, here's our entries.
That's beautiful.
Whoa.
Look at those. That's like professional right there.
I believe this was over a series of years, but it's a collection.
I really like that.
I like Slimer.
So much good.
Mr.
Oh, I like-
Ginger.
Lumiere. Those are good. I really like that. Did you buy that or did you make that? Is always my question.
That one's good.
The Scream. Scream, yep.
I like all of those. Yes.
Yep. Of course, there's the PowerShell prompt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I like in pumpkins where you don't cut all the way through, so you get the layered kind of
Mm-hmm.
visuals there.
Yep.
That's a cool spider.
That is a cool. That's huge. Look at that thing.
That's my house.
That's your house?
That's my house. Jacqueline made that spider.
Oh my gosh.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Jacqueline made that spider.
Can Jacqueline be my wife too?
Sure.
Dang. Look at that. Wow. Okay, that is impressive. Those are two separate pictures, but this one was in Discord for sure.
That's amazing.
That one's good. Oh, that's
know,
Michael. So
I
Michael's
wonder
saying that's him.
How many people took the opportunity to come and spray you in the face? I'm curious. Like I've always wanted to do
I
those,
love
but
it.
I think I'd get abused.
You definitely would.
Yeah.
There's no question people would come for you.
I really like that.
Oh,
Reaper
I like
Todd
this one
costume.
too.
Yeah.
They said it was a yard like decoration that they stuck on their head.
Michael said like 30 people sprayed
Nice.
him.
Nice.
Your team would spray you 30 times each.
Probably.
Josh.
I know.
Okay, I love that. I love
Those
that.
are our entries that made it into the Discord chat.
Okay.
So the winner for me that
I
I
think we're
would
going
vote
to
on.
do a little.
Yeah, you can tell them what
Oh,
one
you
you
can
like
tell
the
them.
most.
Okay,
but
sorry.
I
we're
was
Go
just
ahead.
going to say what I was going
Yeah.
to vote on.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I think Michael's wins.
His
That's
was
just
very
my
good.
my take, but
Yeah.
my opinion. All right, so how are we going to do this then? How are we going to give it away?
Oh, he has him on a wheel.
We've got a spinner.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh, I like that.
I like
There's-
the wheel of chance.
Yep.
Okay, there's candy corn in the middle. Look at that.
Look how cute. All right, so
All right,
what are we giving away first?
Let's start with the multi-tool.
All right.
Multi-tool.
The
Multi-tool.
multi-tool winner is. Oh, it even has sound.
Does it? out
Ooh,
there?
good on you.
Looks like
Adam.
Adam's got a multi-tool.
I'll have to write these down. You got a pen?
I mean, you're the one with the computer in there. All right.
All right. Now let's give away some socks.
Yep.
2 pairs of socks.
2 pairs of socks. So
Oh, I was
2
supposed to
winners.
take Adam out. Hold on. That's all right. We're going to spin it.
Big money, big money. No whammies.
Hey,
Right?
Santa's in the chat.
And Sir Ginger gets a pair of socks.
All right. All right.
Nice.
All right. Who else is getting a pair of socks?
All right. Another pair of socks. Stakes is high.
Well, Adam
Wait,
can't win twice.
I know. I'm going to pull him out.
He's not going to win anyway.
Who is it?
Michael. That was Michael.
I can't see the
Michael.
TV, so I'm just trusting you.
Another pair of socks.
Oh,
All right.
Okay.
Michael, your guy won. Okay.
Yep.
2 T-shirts. Here we go.
More socks. Oh. Is that Z?
Z. That was the one with the big Reaper head.
Oh,
Oh,
yep.
that's
Love that.
cool
All right,
too.
t-shirts
I
coming
loved
your
it.
way.
I loved it.
Love
Okay.
that. Okay.
All right. There's 2 left. Adam, if I land on Adam, I'll have to remove him. I forgot that button. All right. Mustache.
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 All right. That means that the winner of the keyboard is
Joshua J.
Joshua J.
All
Joshua J.
right.
All right. Winners of swag, email us at webcast@pdq.com.
Yep. And I think we
We'll send
have
out.
we're going to end with a video of this is someone who lives locally, who lives by you. This is a buddy of mine who does a display that's like straight out of Disney display. It's
I want to see it.
you should go. You should take your kids
gotta be
tonight.
close. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still open. So he sent us some video. He's in Discord. Trophy hunters suck. So Drew, or I think Jake edited this. So
Yep.
we're going to end with this beautiful display. So if you live in Utah, hit him up in Discord and go check it out. It's phenomenal, this display. You'll love it.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.
you guys want us to sign off after this?
That was amazing.
It is amazing.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go see it.
You should. You should.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us for our show / argument. And happy Halloween to everybody. I hope you have a great day.
Happy Halloween.
For PDQ, I'm Tara.
And I'm Josh.
Thanks for joining the webcast today, boys and ghouls. And have a fantastic Halloween. Like and subscribe. Leave us your comments, and we'll see you back here next week.